Hello, sports fans. Welcome to DDM Sports Central, your one-stop shop for juicy global sporting stories. On today's edition, we are not going to be doing all the news as I promised. On today's edition, we are going to be introducing to you one of the pillars of diaspora digital media. Don't worry, after this break, you'll understand what I mean. So do not go anywhere because I'm privileged to have a very special guest on DDM Sports Central today. It's still DDM Sports Central. Don't be surprised. It's still DDM Sports Central. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break. All right, welcome back. Like I said earlier, we are going to be introducing one of the pillars of diaspora digital media as it relates to sports. And today's edition, we are looking at technology in sports. And I am so privileged, so privileged to have who we call the main man, the chief of chiefs in the technology department, the Chief Technology Officer of Diaspora Digital Media, in the person of Mr. Kwichiri, for short. Let's put it that way. Mr. Joseph Kwichiri, you're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Precious.
All right, so we're going to take a little peep into his office. He has to tell us a little bit about his office, and then we are going to come back and see the marriage between technology and sports. We did something like that in the last edition. We are continuing with that. It's a series that we're running on technology and sports. So, Mr. Kwichiri, please give us a sneak peek into your office and DDM Academy.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
And first of all, sir, let me even mention the fact that you look very nice.
In this regime,
I'm very pleased to have you looking this good in this session.
In this era.
No, you look very different. I'm sure anybody who knows you will agree with me that you look very different.
We give the Lord all the glory.
Yes,
yeah. So an insight into my office.
Yes.
Okay, I'm the CTO. You already made that clear.
Yes.
So my role is to drive innovation, and oversee all of tech growth, all technological advancements, both in terms of security and scalability. So whatever that is. In DDM Tech Hub, DDM Academy, whatever we are doing, it's my role to ensure that it is something that is actually going to be the future. So it's not easy. It's a big task, but we are there, and we are making a very big difference. Yes. So that is it for my office for now. Yes. With regards to what you are doing here, with regards to sports. Yes, so that is it. And for DDM Academy is not just any type of academy or any kind of academy out there. It is a nurturing ground for great tech enthusiasts in Africa. When you understand the value chain around DDM, you will know that the academy is where we train and nurture talent, not only in technology, but also in media. So the goal is to train world-class standard people that at the end of the day will lead the innovation that we are trying to share in DDM. So the academy is a nurturing ground for tech enthusiasts, media enthusiasts. So whatever we are doing here is actually tech and media inclined. You understand? Yeah. So it's a breeding ground for greatness.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you have it. If you are interested, if you're a tech enthusiast, you really want to know a lot about the media, a lot about technology, DDM Academy is the sure place for you. So do not forget to follow us on Diaspora Digital Media. You're going to get a lot of other information on how to register. Anyway, I'll tell my producer to put on the screen the link you can actually click on so that you can register for the forthcoming cohort 5 of DDM Academy's training. Trust me, there we have so many testimonies. I'm not saying that just because this is a DDM program. We have so many testimonies to that effect that our DDM Academy is the best bet for anybody who is interested in technology and media. So back to our program, sports.
Yeah.
Let me start from this area, Mr. Kochiri.
Okay.
Do you love sports?
Of course, I do. I love sport. By looking at me, you know that the physique is there.
Is there?
Of course, I do love
the
sport.
truth is, I once had someone on this show who said, a guy who said he didn't like sports. Sorry, I don't want to talk your name. He said he didn't like sports.
Oh.
We were really surprised that a guy didn't like. But then this is a show for those who love sports and those who don't. So, but it's good that we have someone who loves sports.
Okay,
on the show.
cool.
So then, which is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is soccer. Soccer, that's, we call it football.
Yes.
But in the United States, they will call it soccer because if you say football over there,
It means something else.
something else.
You
My
want
brother.
with your hand.
You want even with your heads. So that is not the kind of football I love. So the one I love is the one they call soccer, but over here we call it football.
Yeah. So I'm sure you have a favorite team.
Yes, all my life I've had three favorite teams all my life. At first it was Arsenal. Yes, it was Arsenal. So I have been an Arsenal fan for a very long time when I was still in secondary school. So when I left secondary school, I started wondering if Arsenal is the reason behind my problem. Yeah. I don't mean to demean them, but I looked at it. I'm not progress. No, what's going on? How can somebody be doing the same thing all the time? And I said no. They say if what you are following does not look, you need to. You would look like what you are following.
Exactly.
And I sat down and said, who will I follow now? I said, okay. I now went into analysis to, search, to look for histories and all. And people who were doing well at that time was Barcelona. So I said, let me go to Barcelona. So I became a fan of Barcelona, and the thing now made me, at night, I no longer sleep well because the time they usually fix their match is at night. It's very late. So you might go to watch match, and on your way back, vigilantes will say, hey, stop here, who is that? You now kneel down and carry your two hands up. So by the time they come close and see that it's a sports lover who went to watch match and is coming back, they'll say, okay. At some point, I did the thing and did it, and by the time you're coming of age, you begin to ask some very important questions to yourself. It's like I need to avoid certain things so that something will not happen to me at night. I said, okay, let me finally give it a rethink, and I now look down history. Consistency, and I discovered a legend, Steven Gerrard. So somebody who started with his with a club and ended with that club. So I'm a fan of followership. You understand? When it comes to followership, follow to the core, because that is only when you understand greatness, and that is only when the baton of continuity will be handed over to you. So I became a Liverpool fan, studied their, now went back history, did one or two research, and till today,
you're stuck with Liverpool.
I'm stuck with Liverpool. So for that reason, I will never walk alone. So even if I'm the only man walking, you see me carrying one small bag. That's something with me, So that is it.
Okay, so by the way, for sports fans, Barcelona lost out yesterday in the Champions League. They did well. They did well. It was a good fight. I never thought they would have been able to fight like that in the San Siro. But then that is not what we're talking about today. We're just doing that as a reference because he mentioned Barcelona. And then Liverpool, they are champions of England at the moment. In fact, they are the champions till next season.
Yes.
So back to our question about technology, or our discussion about technology and sports. Mr. Kochiri, how do you see technology involvement in sports?
Yeah, with technology, sports have become smarter.
Okay.
Yeah, and also more easier in terms of decision making. So I would say it's a welcome development, and it will need continuous improvement, so that it's not going to remain stagnant and get outdated. So involving technology in sports, it's a welcome development. It's a good one.
Okay.
It's a good one, yeah.
Okay. So another question I want to ask: because you've said something about continuity now,
Yes.
should there be limits to technology involvement in sports? As in, is there a possibility of an abuse of technology in sports?
Yeah, we should also be. The thing there is we should know that it's possible.
Okay.
But this is where professionalism comes in.
Right.
You know, the ethical, maintaining an ethical balance. You know that this thing can be used for this purpose, but ethically it's wrong. So it's best it is left in the hands of a transparent system that will maintain that integrity of not being biased.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, looking at sports and technology, like I said earlier, we started this series in the previous edition. So we are looking at the marriage between technology and sports. And my next question will be, though Mrs. Oluchi took us through some areas she felt technology has impacted sports, I also want you to bring in your own chief input on areas you feel that technology has impacted sports.
Okay. Firstly, when I was still an Arsenal fan,
yes,
Arsenal then in England, they play good football.
Yeah.
The likes of Thierry Henry, so it was all about the tiki-taka, the mild tiki-taka actually. And then it was just 3 officials.
Yes.
The center referee, the linesman, the 2 linesmen, So, but when I became a Barca fan, it was now 5 officials. So at the 4 edges with the central referee. I was like, what's going on? It now happens that sometimes some of these tiki-taka, some of these passes that Guardiola initiated, the thing is no longer comprehensible. Like 5 people cannot decide.
Yeah, at once.
You understand? At once.
Yes.
Because by the time you will see a Messi in the middle, by the time the ball will rotate from Messi, from Messi down to a Busquets in the central defense. Then from Busquets evolved to a Xavi, Iniesta
in the midfield.
In the midfield, Messi is somewhere within your 18. And next thing, a lone pass. You won't know where it's coming from. Gets to a Messi, and then
the ball is in the net.
The ball will not just be in the net will shake. So I believe that confusion was the reason, or it's a reason for the outright involvement of the VAR. You understand in football. So now the VAR now came in, and it was not structured in a way that technology will now help to identify these loopholes to ensure that the rules are obeyed. And since then, there have been multiple offsides, and even the tiki-taka has reduced. Because at that time, to play a corner kick, next thing, the moment the ball is kicked, you see somebody lying on the ground. You don't wonder, linesman
What happened? Did you see?
won't even get to remember that, but with VAR, the multiple drones, the cameras everywhere, and the sensors. So when somebody has stopped. Imagine now you can capture an onside position with VAR. Somebody might just be offside, maybe their shoulder or their hand. So you feel like the person is onside, but because the person is already in motion, so you just beat the offside travel, just your forehead, and VAR will catch it. Unlike before, you will say it's outright onside. You understand? Yes. So that aspect is very good. In fact, it has helped stopped any form of inconsistent or controversial goals. Another key area where technology has also done well is in penalty shooter.
Okay.
If you can remember this penalty between France, I think France and who again? That Zidane played a penalty. The ball hit the bar. Went into the post, hit the bar again, and came out. And the goalkeeper caught the ball and was now rejoicing. Thank God I caught. Zidane was already celebrating because he knew that the ball entered. Like, we're talking about people who intentionally hit the bar while training. Now, when it was during the replay. It was during a replay that the referee himself insisted, because even the linesmen were standing gallantly looking for them to know if the goalkeeper is at fault or if the ball crossed the net. But it happened that they saw the ball inside and the ball hit the bar and came out again. So imagine that triangle. Like you play a shot, it hits and came out. So imagine that accuracy. Now with VAR, you can easily say pam pam, because the referee's handband will vibrate that the ball has crossed the line. So this is a goal. But if not for goal line technology, such things happening now, we might not capture it because the linesman might be distracted. And he will not see it, or it might be biased. But now you've told the technology, this is defined as this, and it's going to give you the output as it is, So technology has, in fact, it has done well. Now, also in simulation, players can wear that
the face protector.
No. Like in terms of the visual reality, VR, you wear it and you see yourself practicing soccer. It has an effect, a positive effect on you, because what you do mentally, you try out physically. You understand? So that also has helped. Also with AI, and technology, you can now predict a player's injury time. You understand? You can also check their pulse, their heartbeat, their stress level, what the duration they need to recover from stress. So these are all the benefits that technology has added to football. So it is endless. Then on the other hand too, there are now visual games. You will see people playing games. They will tell you they are playing EA Sports, something, and it's played the same time as football is played, and you see people who become real managers, managing teams and all that. So on that aspect, it has also helped in fan engagement. You understand? Then another area is your ability, or a team's ability, to use the records from their opponent's history. Machine learning, big data analysis. So you can say, okay, there was this time, I think sometime, was it in around 2011 or 12? Man U played Fulham in Old Trafford. Man U has never lost to Fulham in Old Trafford. But when you look at that data, you see that it's been long this thing happened. Who knows? The odds are there. Who knows? Something like this might happen. And so risk takers will look at it and say, okay, maybe because Man U is not doing well, who knows? Fulham might come from.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And lo and behold, that very period, Man U had it hot from Fulham. And now it becomes maybe because there is this Man U defense. What's his name? Harry Maguire.
Okay.
The opponent's side chick. He's always
Making errors.
making way, not errors, making way for his opponent. So you just need to tell him Maguire will score. I know somebody who bets. Anytime Man U is playing, he will just go for Maguire to score. And the odd is usually big. So if you miss it this time around, you're not going to miss it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's usually very big if Man U is playing at home. I don't know why, but so that is the game for you.
Yeah.
So technology is what made that possible.
Sure.
You can now assess a player's performance, a player's abilities, a player's rating. You get it, and you as an opponent, you know how to fire. Then you as a sports enthusiast, you know what to expect, you know what to predict.
Okay.
That way, you will give all the thanks to technology.
Now, sports fans, if you see this whole breakdown and you think we are joking about you coming to DDM Academy and gaining a lot in terms of technology and media, let's say intellect, I'm not sure by now I have not been able to convince you that DDM Academy is the best place to be. Please do not forget, we have the link that will be displaying on your screen. Click on that link or follow that link, or even follow us on Diaspora Digital Media. We'll be able to guide you. You can put up a comment on this particular edition of the program. If you want to find out anything about DDM Academy, we'll rightly give you the answers. Okay. Final question. Okay, let me quickly address. If you remember Ghana Nigeria 2000, the penalty that Ikpeba scored, but he thought he missed, and unfortunately his reaction made the referee think that he missed the penalty. If there was the goal line technology at the time, Nigeria wouldn't have lost. That's fine now, which pained everybody.
Yes.
So that's the beauty of technology, like he has said. Okay, my final question, Mr. Kwechiri, as a sports lover, as a sports enthusiast, I want us to now break it down. We've been asking them to come to DDM Academy. What would I stand to gain in joining or in coming or registering with DDM Academy's cohort 5?
Okay. First of all, technology should complement humanity, right?
Okay.
Or should complement human ability,
Okay.
and not replace it. So at DDM Academy, we are raising future innovators, and these innovators are people who are going to shape the future ethically, with the use of technology, and even in sports.
Yeah.
So we teach how to face problem.
Okay.
There's a problem, we teach you how to think first.
Okay.
Once you identify the problem, then with the skills you're going to learn here, both in problem solving and the technology itself, you can be able to apply a solution that is going to attend to that problem and get it all done. So coming to DDM Academy will not only improve you as a techie, but also improve you as a person, because you will see that here we do things differently in a way that is pleasing to both humanity and technology in general. So coming to DDM Academy is a plus to anyone who is willing to improve, who is willing to grow, who wants to upskill, or who wants to take a turn to tech or media. DDM Academy is your best bet, and you will not be disappointed.
And for sure, you will not be disappointed, trust me, if you come to DDM Academy. The website is simply to register www.ddm.media/cohort-5. Once you enter that, you are in to register for DDM Academy Cohort 5, which is happening in May, right?
Yes.
It's happening in May. So please hurry and register now and come to get the best of the best in technology advancement and media progress. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Joseph Kuchiri, for coming on the show. I want to believe that your analysis has touched a lot of people, and many people didn't know that he used to be an Arsenal fan and sought progress into Barcelona, and now has stayed with the people who never walk alone. You now know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming around.
You're welcome.
And for you out there, thank you for taking our time to watch us, listen to us on today's edition of Diaspora Digital Media Sports Central, DDM Sports Central. Do not forget to like, share, comment on this edition and on previous editions of DDM Sports Central. Do not also forget to comment on other programs that we have for you on Diaspora Digital Media. Follow us on Diaspora Digital Media on all social media handles. But on Instagram and Twitter, we are at diaspora.dm. Until I come your way again with another edition of DDM Sports Central, I remain your host with the Sparks, which will have a lovely and sporty day ahead. Bye for now.